Okay, hey Sage, I'm recording this because I didn't feel like typing it out because that is boring and watching videos is more interesting. So Nick is here and I'm just going to explain it to him and then you can, watch this video and enjoy it if you want. Say hi, Nick.
Hi, Nick.
Alright, cool. So this is totally casual. This is in no specific order. I have nothing written down. I'm just going to talk and then you can take these ideas or not. But this is generally what I had. This is what I was thinking about after watching the Izal's video on the Art of PP. So, basically, Piranha Plant neutral. So one thing that I know that you and I both struggle with is the fact that we're both, like, extremely aggressive. Like you always go for something like this. Like, you always go for full hop, nair, And I obviously don't have a... Well, I guess I could use another controller. Hold up. Let's see. Okay. So, if the opponent, shields, I'm just going to go frame by frame, because that'll be easier. So, let's say you got Falcon here, and you do your full hop, and you're going to come down with your nair. Well, obviously, and you know this better than anyone, the Falcon can just shield it, right? So, the thing is that you have these great tools for doing shield damage. See how much, obviously you know this, but it does so much shield damage to Falcon's shield. Right, and you know that. But I'm gonna hopefully try to present a way of playing neutral. Every single one of your specials does a ridiculous amount of shield damage. So, right, so here's the thing that I was thinking about, and obviously it was presented in Izal's video, but it's you don't have to approach. The whole point of Piranha Plant, the archetype of the character, because. And I've been thinking about this a lot recently with Frog too, where it's Sakurai designs these characters to play from the same way that they played, quote unquote, in their game, in their original game. So Piranha Plant was just the stupid thing and the green thing that just came up, obviously this, right? And that was their entire game plan. So obviously designing a character completely around that, it makes me think hey, the Piranha Plant in the Mario games never moved. It always just sat there and, spit out its fireball or its spike ball or whatever. So that's the thing, is this character is not designed to approach. So whenever you approach a character and they just hold shield with your full hop neutral air, obviously it's super unpunished, or it's super not safe. Right, and you know that, and that's why you get punished for it every time. So this is what I want to present to you. I want to present to you the idea of creating these openings where doing this guarantees you get a punish or a reward from it. So when I play Greninja, one thing that I am thinking about constantly is the fact that, yes, Nair is safe on shield, but I want to start a combo with Nair. I want to get the Nair somehow. Because obviously Greninja's Nair leads to so much. And you also know that Piranha Plant's Nair can lead to a lot. Like this. That's a good... Obviously, it's a great little combo, right? You know all of your bread and butter stuff better than I do. But the thing that I'm trying to present is that all of your specials, again, do crazy shield damage. So instead of playing neutral, trying to force your openings, you don't have to approach. You don't have the best ground speed... You don't have the best airspeed, and you know that. So force your opponents to come to you. Everything about Piranha Plant, all of your aerials, are designed to do damage and keep people out, except for back air. Back air is just a kill tool. But that's why Piranha Plant's down air is so trash. It's because it's not really designed to be good. It's not designed for Piranha Plant to go in. Or, I mean, yeah, it's designed to, spike or whatever, but, it's not meant to be good. That's why Plant's disadvantage state is so bad, is because, I mean, you can mix up your options, obviously, or, use Spike Ball in the air. If you get hit, they get hit too, whatever. But that's why it's so bad, is, it's not meant to be good. You're meant to play a grounded game where you can just keep people out above you. All of your moves on the ground are designed to keep people out, except for down tilt. Down tilt's a borderline combo starter It's like a weird mix-up tool. You could, I don't really know exactly how optimally you could use this. It's like a 50-50 tool or at high percents or whatever. So, what I'm trying to say is that instead of just going in and like, you know, going for these grabs, just use your specials to try to condition the opponent to do two things. Jump or shield. If they jump, they're putting themselves in a disadvantageous spot. And that's good because in all the Mario games, the thing that you always had to do to jump over Piranha Plant was, like, you know, get in that danger zone of being over Piranha Plant. That's the whole point. You want people to try to jump in at you, and you know this. But if they shield, it's even better. Because if they shield your Patui, that's a shit ton of shield damage. And then you can just walk in and hit them with your neutral air for free. Like, I feel like that's a really great idea. Because even if they try to shield it after they, like, if they get hit by one Patui, that's half their shield gone. And then if they try to shield your next approach, there should be a little bit of, like, not shield there for them to still get hit by, like, a landing neutral air or whatever. I can't do it very well with two hands. And let me see if I can do this. So, like, let's say they shield this, and then you come in. It's like you can just... What the hell? Why did the combo counter turn red? That was weird. If they get hit with this... You see what I'm saying? So, instead of just going for these falling nairs, like, aggressively, which gets you, like, punished all the time, try to condition your opponent first. Like, you don't ever have to approach. You can approach slowly like this. You have the 2-frame jab, which is a great, like, you know, combo breaker, or, like, what's the word, Nick? A great, like...
Sorry, what?
Scramble. Anyway, if you're in a scramble situation, you know this. 2-frame jab is great. It's a great tool. Your up smash is invulnerable. You know this. That's great. But what I'm trying to say, basically, all in all, is just... If you were to play even the slightest bit more patient and get people to try to approach you and condition them with, like, this... Just, like, bait them into trying to approach you like this, or bait them into shielding the ball. If they shield the ball, you get a free neutral air on their head. Like, there's nothing they can do about it because their shield's going to be so small. Like, seriously, I don't know what you could do about this. Like, that's... The next thing you do is going to poke his shield. Or at least if you do a neutral air, it'll poke his shield, right? Let me wait for Falcon to have... full shield here. So if he shields this, you know, and then he runs out of it or whatever, his shield is still tiny, and you're going to get a poke. That's all I'm trying to say. Because when I play Greninja, I'm constantly looking for times to, like, forward air my opponent's shield, and then, like, get it down a little bit, just so then when I jump in the next time and they shield, it won't cover their head, and I can nair their head and poke their shield. I think that, like, this is one of the things that would really improve your gameplay, like, absolutely. And you probably already know this, but if you incorporate it into your standard play, I feel like you would absolutely destroy people, like, way more often. And I'm looking at Piranha Plant's feet right now. That's so weird. That's so strange. But that's what I'm trying to say is, like, if you do this... and you're trying to force them to jump, then that's good. Because next time, you can do this, do your cancel thing. I don't know how to do it. How do you do the Piranha Plant cancel thing?
I have no idea. I've watched videos on it, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it either. But if you do your Did I just do it? Oh, no. If you do the cancel thing, like you do this, or you just crouch and make people think that you're doing that move, like, maybe they'll jump in at you, and then you just, like, you know, snuff out their approach. So I think the best place to play Piranha Plant is this range. Like, just mid-range. If you can play at this range the entire game, like, maybe just out of, like, this spike ball range. Because, like, if you spike ball right here and just throw it, like, they're going to do one of two things. They're going to jump, right? They're going to jump and, like, try to drift over it and then try to punish you for it, which obviously you know that you can just, like, shield right after this. I don't have a shield button bound, I just realized. That's really unfortunate when I'm doing this anyway, the one frame thing. But you know that you can just shield that approach and, like, snuff it out with a grab or a punish or whatever. Or they're going to run under it, right? Like I always do, because I have a fast character, and punish you for that. But if you know how they're going to approach you based on what special you use, you can trap them into, you know, a false sense of security. And that's why it's good that Plant is heavy and, you know, a fast faller. Well, it's not good that it's a fast faller, but it's good that it's heavy because you have way more opportunities to condition these types of things. So, all in all, just wrapping it up, if you use your specials to bust your opponent's shield a little bit more before you, like, try to approach with your, like, standard approach, like neutral air or whatever, you would get a lot more out of it. Because it's not about doing damage or getting in. It's about setting up these situations so you can do that. Because this character, like, you know this, obviously. I've obviously said it a million times, but you know that Piranha Plant is a setup character. You know that this character is a trapping character, and everything about this character's kit is designed to trap the opponent. So if you, I want to see this more from you. If you poke their shield with a move, and then try to go in with a neutral air, and you don't have to just go in with a neutral air every single time, obviously. But that's something that would absolutely improve your gameplay, for sure. Because there are so many times that I see you do this, and you get punished for it. Piranha Plant's landing lag on neutral air is, I think, frame 14. Let me look that up. Let's see. Neutral air landing lag is 15 frames. And you probably know all this frame data yourself. But think about it like this, right? So, let's say, let me go to this. So let's say, like, you're running at your opponent right here, right? And he knows that you're going to want to, like, jab him or, like, you know, dash attack. Because dash attack is another big part of this character's kit, obviously. Because you don't really play neutral, you just want to get them off the stage and set up your ledge traps. And obviously dash attack does that very well, because it has great knockback and blah blah blah, and you already know this. But if they expect you to dash attack because you've conditioned them or something into thinking that you're just going to dash attack every single time, and they shield, right? And then, let me try to hold this. And then you run at them and you do like a rising neutral air like this, like Izal did in the video, right? Like, this isn't going to poke their shield because he's at full shield, right? But you're going to cross him up, and then he can get out of this at this point and try to do, like, a back air, right? But you're so low to the ground that it's fine. But right here, check this out. If you cancel your animation of your, like, stand-up animation with the crouch animation, a lot of characters can't hit you out of, like, a landing neutral air. And then you can just do whatever the hell you want while they're in landing lag or whatever, right? You get the idea. But here's the better part, is if this Falcon shields this ball, and right there, right, and then you do the same thing where you run up and he tries to shield your approach again, I'm pretty sure, yep, there it is, he's gonna get poked. You see what I'm trying to say here? You have every tool necessary to poke these shields and force these situations, right? But this is one thing. These two things, like poking people's shield with neutral air after you get a good amount of shield damage in, and playing defensive until you get that shield damage, or until you condition one of two responses, jump or shield. This is how you need to start playing this character, I think. And obviously, you don't have to do anything I say, and you know that. Blah, 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 etc. What do you think, Nick? What do you think? What do you think of my assessment?
I don't know. Plant's broken already.